off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats. Are you in the market for a new garage door or need to repair your old one? It's wintertime, and that means snow, wind, and freezing temperatures, all things that can cause sticky locks and damage to your garage door. If you're experiencing any issues with your commercial or residential garage door during the winter months, call Cameron Hall and his team at Doors Plus. Don't be trapped outside in the cold because of a poorly maintained garage door. Call Doors Plus today at 402-590-5800 or visit them online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings. Flowers and chocolates are great for Valentine's Day, but you know what really earns you bonus points? A massage. No, not from you, but from the professionals at The Body Shop. Now is the time to purchase a gift certificate for your significant other to make sure you're the big winner this Valentine's Day. Go to thebodyshoplincoln.com and select from their variety of specific massages. Once you've purchased, you can either print out the certificate or email it to the lucky recipient. Do Valentine's Day right this year with a massage from The Body Shop at 48th and A. Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started. Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through February 6th is spend $50 and get a 14-ounce ribeye for free. Plus, buy one, get one 50% off on Mercado pasta. And don't forget about lunch on Fired Up Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Happy Monday. It's Super Bowl Monday. Super Bowl Monday. It's a real thing. And it's impressive. DP, Austin Orman. Jay Foreman is on his way to Las Vegas to get there to hold it down with he and Jake Sorensen. Jake Sorensen has landed. He's officially in Las Vegas. He's got us all set up there. If we wanted him to call in today, he could. I was like, no, enjoy being in Vegas. I know he and Jay are going to go. Jay's going to take him to dinner somewhere in Vegas tonight. So
I would say dinner and a show, but I'm sure that watching Jake is the show for Jay.
So we went to the Big Ten Media Day, right? And that's a full 2 days for us, 3 days for us. And Jake Sorensen in that space really is Christmas and birthday together for him. And there's a lot of times where he takes his feet off the floor and he just swings them because he's just super excited, right? And then he bounces in the chair like, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this is really cool. So it's going to be that kind of couple of days in Las Vegas. Austin, before we get too deep into it, if you would please, kind sir, let them know about the Mercado.
Certified Piedmontese, every type of meat and every type of cut. 2 Lincoln locations, 84th and Havelock, as well as 30th and Yankee Hill. Also a location on Maple Street up in Omaha. It's the beginning of the week, but your Friday lunch plans are made with them. And here's the thing, perfect grilling weather. They're still open. If you need meat to throw on the grill, a quick stop by your closest Mercado location. Definitely do that tonight, people.
Yeah, and if you want to grab something and bring it by the ticket, you most certainly are welcome to do so. Couple of things in this thing, right? That again, in the laundry list of NFL / Super Bowl / UFC / WWE / Vegas entertainment. What if I told you that Wayne Newton will be on the ticket this week?
Like Wayne Newton.
The Wayne Newton will be on the ticket. Rich Eisen will be on the ticket this week. Oscar De La Hoya.
We need someone to run the 40 against Rich Eisen.
Everybody will run the 40 against Rich Eisen. We're going to have, of course, the CEO from Power Slap. We're going to have several UFC fighters. As a matter of fact, we're going to have their amazing reporter, Megan O'Leary. She'll join us. Laura Achman from CBS Sports will be. Kevin Harlan will join us on the ticket. It's really impressive. It's a great list. Sean Merriman will be there. Cameron Lynch will join us as well. DeAndre Carter from the Raiders. Donald Thomas will join us. It's just a full on. We'll have some folks from USA Football. The U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds will join us. It's going to be exceptional. And then, my hope, again, I'll pull some of the WWE stuff because as they get ready to launch their campaign and promotion for WrestleMania in March, the announcement of The Rock and Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes will be in Vegas this weekend. Rhea Ripley, who I don't fanboy much, but Rhea Ripley may get me to kind of
jump up and down,
swing my feet a little bit, right? Right. I've been in the room with wrestlers, male, female, etc. And I got in a car with Dusty Rhodes, and that was the last time officially I fanboyed as a wrestling fan. And this was 1980. So if that gives you some long time of not fanboying, you can be a fan, but don't lose it.
Yeah.
Right. I got in Dusty Rhodes' gold Cadillac.
Ooh, gold caddy.
His gold caddy, and it was him and Ric Flair. And this is before I knew kayfabe and before I knew what was going on. And we were headed to the Richmond Coliseum. I was in college, freshman, raw, brand new to life. Going to walk to the Coliseum. There's a 7-Eleven across from the dorm. We're going to get a beverage and put it in a paper bag. And we walk up to the store, and up pulls this gold Cadillac, and out pours the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, who's headlining that night, right? He's headlining. He's the feature, and he's taking on Ric Flair. So this is going to be a night at the Richmond Coliseum. This is like Ricky Steamboat is there, and Blackjack Mulligan is there, and Greg the Hammer Valentine, and Chief Wahoo McDaniel, and I'm going to have a night. Dusty Rhodes pulls up, and who gets out of the other side? None other than the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Woo!
And I did the double thing, which was one, fanboy out loud, like, oh yeah, oh yeah. And then it hit me. Wait, y'all are fighting tonight. Like, what's up? Wait a minute.
You don't like each other.
Nah,
Preview right here, right now. Come
right,
on.
like get after him.
Yeah.
Kick his butt, Dusty. And
you were Team Dusty?
Oh, Flair was a heel then.
Yeah.
And Dusty.
I didn't know if you had that Bach in you where you rooted for the heel or not.
No, I'm not. Bach, I don't know who hurt Bach as a child. I don't know who hurt him. Somebody hurt him, right? That he roots for every heel. And there's no reason. Like, it's just like he's the dude that goes to watch Batman and roots for the Joker.
Yeah.
Like, he's like,
I
yeah,
see
get him, Riddler. Like, get him. You know, maybe he has a Catwoman thing. Like, I don't know. There's something that caused him to go full in that lane. But they caught themselves and then simply, you know, so Dusty tried to tell me this car broke down. But I'm like, this is your car. Like, I've seen this in the magazine. Like, this is your car. So then he offered us front row seats, which, hey, I'm in.
How much arm twisting did it take?
Right. Like, I mean, and this is back, I mean, again, in 1980, I want to say that the general admission seats were like $6, $7. And front row, I don't even know. Like, I wouldn't even dare to look, right? And we got him, and then he made us a part of the evening, right? He, you know, and the only reason I was invited because my best friend's girlfriend backed out on him. She said she had other plans, right? Turns out she was going to wrestling matches too. But yeah, it's just like you don't fanboy much. Rhea Ripley is all 6 foot, 180 pounds of what the wrestlers would say solid steel and sex appeal. And I wouldn't fanboy much, but it's going to be a full week of trying not to lose it, because we're I mean, sitting on Media Row, we're one of 100, and to get on that list, right? Big deal. Jake sends me a text. He goes, the longest walk ever was to our booth location. And I was like, bro, we're number 73. We're not even like 98, man. Like, he goes, no, the way it's stretched out is like, it's a walk, like there's room. But people will go in rotation. They're just going to go in rotation. And what they did for us was to actually schedule interviews. And the best part of that is, again, peace of mind of knowing who's going to sit down with you. Most of the other people who we don't book are going to be like the people, like A-list, super A-list. Hey, Lawrence Taylor's in the building next to us. Hey, LT, you know, come on over. And you imagine that having Jay Foreman there, and Amon Green will be there. He's there for esports, but he'll sit down with us as well. And imagine Jay Foreman and Amon Green being able to pull NFL guys, right? It's just going to be a thing. So, Austin, we are going to have an incredible week, and I'm looking forward to it. We're going to have some trivia today as well. We're going to give away some tickets to Supernovas. We'll give away some tickets to the Lincoln Stars. Stars had a fantastic night, thumped Omaha 7-3.
Touchdown to field goal.
Right. They put it down on them. One of the best attended nights in a while at the Icebox. So we want to help them get back. And then we want to send more people, because I think Wednesday night, with Vegas coming to Omaha, they're going to try to break another attendance record. And you just need to get over 12,000 up there. So we're going to help put the word out, and we're going to talk, some volleyball and what's going on there. And then two things. What I need from the fan base is this. And 402-464-5685. Sorry, I'm in text line, right? That there are artificial intelligence and experts, air quotes, who ranked the Super Bowl champions from worst to first. And that if through whatever things they had to simulate, right, and whatever matrix you have to put together, whatever things you have to put together to come up with how this is. And again, you're measuring 1970s teams versus 2023 teams. So that's always interesting. But where are some of them ranked? And then I'll ask you yours. So give us your top 3 Super Bowl teams ever. Not your favorite, but the best. The best. The ones, so of all the teams who ever played, put them on the text line. Whoever has the best response we'll give Stars tickets to. And we'll have some trivia. And then we'll talk about college all-stars versus Super Bowl champions. Austin, we're going to go on a ride today. So buckle up, folks. It's going to be a good one here at Old School 93.7 The Ticket.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through February 6th is spend $50 and get a 14-ounce ribeye for free. Plus, buy one, get one 50% off on Mercado pasta. And don't forget about lunch on Fired Up Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Problem gambling can destroy an individual's finances, relationships, physical, and mental health. If you or a loved one are struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Road construction is complete, so there's nothing keeping you from getting into Mullen Motors. They can get you into a new vehicle right now and get your 2024 started off the right way. They cleared off their 2023 inventory and have tons of new vehicles to choose from to make sure you get to where you need to be this year. Out with the old and in with the new. Stop by Mullen Motors today, just north of 48th and Layton in Lincoln.
No tagline, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
What do you think of when you hear the chocolate season? Artisan chocolates? Of course, they have the best chocolates this side of the Atlantic. Friendly neighborhood coffee shop? Yup, they're that too. A nationally recognized top-tier brunch spot. Waffle weekends, baby. And the place to grab a gift for literally any occasion? Everybody loves chocolate. See for yourself at the Chocolate Season, 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead online at thechocolateseason.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Acres is bringing you the nation's largest indoor display of John Deere equipment and technology. Acres 2024 Ag and Turf Expo showcases everything from tillage and planting to application and harvest. We'll also offer the latest industry insights from ag professionals across the state. Join us at the Sandhills Global Event Center March 6th and 7th or Fauner Park March 21st and 22nd. Go to acres.com/expo24 for a complete schedule of speakers and activities.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Service Ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
A lot of work goes into making Nebraska, Nebraska. Keeping it green. Helping it thrive. Making it fun. Everything that goes into caring for our outdoors, from waters to wildlife, plays a big role in making Nebraska home. Learn how we help conserve our state's natural resources at outdoornebraska.org.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back, DP. Austin Orman. Jay Foreman's on the road today. So Austin and I will hold it down, and we will take you through, being Super Bowl week, we will take you through this remarkable list of what some folks think Super Bowl teams ranked and otherwise. But a buddy of mine, and we're old. I mean, the whole point of Old School is that most things that are talked about now, we've been around long enough to see the other side of it or some other version of it. And what was sent to me was a video of the Dallas Cowboys, the 1972 Super Bowl champion Dallas Cowboys, playing in a college. This was an annual event. I want to say there were 44 years of this game. Wow, 44 years.
That's unthinkable today.
44 years, and here's the back set. So imagine 110,000 football fans heading to Chicago Soldier Field to watch the Super Bowl champions play against that season's college all-stars. So in 1972, quick math says the best team in the country was the Nebraska Cornhuskers. The head coach, Bob Devaney. Quarterback, Jerry Taggy. Right? They're going to lead the charge of college all-stars playing against the Roger Staubach, Craig Morton, Bob Hayes, Dwayne Thomas Dallas Cowboys, who had just won the Super Bowl. Right? This is a loaded Chuck Howley, Jethro Pugh. Like, this is a loaded Cowboys team. And the Cowboys said, well, here's the thing. We're the best in the world. And no, this is where the conversation gets interesting for me. There's several ways to process this, right, Austin? That if you're the best in the world at football, the physicality of football, the endurance of football, the IQ of football, you should feel like I need to defend that at all costs. And I'm certainly not going to have a bunch of young punks from college think that they can come in and dominate the best football team in the world, the best team in the world. Mm-hmm. That the best upcoming college stars should not be able to compete with the best pro team in the world. Or should they? Or should they?
They should not.
So here's the thing, right? Imagine that behind Taggy was a backfield of Robert Newhouse, who would then go on to start for the Cowboys in the next Super Bowl win, and a young man from Penn State named Franco Harris.
Heard of that guy before.
Right? I mean, this is the thing, right? And somehow they put down the idea that it was a health risk. It was a football game. It was a football game. And these are rookies. These are folks who are going to get drafted, right? Go pro, start to make money. And this particular game was Dwayne Thomas's last game for the Dallas Cowboys because he was a bit of a rebel and otherwise. But Dwayne Thomas ends up in Washington, D.C. with the Redskins the next year, which I found hilarious. But imagine Jerry Taggy in this video talking about, well, listen, we're going to run the option against the Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl champion defense. There's no, you're supposed to get rid of the ball. Like you're a quarterback. No, Taggy was like, no, they're going to have to figure out how to defend the, because they don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
And Bob Devaney installed it. And it didn't take him a long time to do it.
No.
So Austin, this thing, right? It goes down. The receiver, the best receiver on that team was a young man from Oregon named Bob Moore. Bob Moore is now known as Ahmad Rashad.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
Right? So Taggy, Franco, Robert Newhouse,
Ahmad Rashad, Bob Moore.
Ahmad Rashad, amongst others, right? This is fantastic. And this thing went on for another 5 years until, so the Pittsburgh Steelers win the 76, right?
Mm-hmm.
Super Bowl, whatever year that was, whatever version of it was. And the game had the worst rainstorm you can imagine.
In late July.
Right? And so they kept playing. They tried to play. So they made fans and the world champ. So imagine Franco Harris, who again, who played in this game a few years earlier, now Super Bowl champion with the Steelers, standing on the side of this. Like, he's just like, why am I out here? And the league, Paul Tagliabue, commissioner, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know I'm going to ask him about this. Making the decision that we cannot put our players through this. Well, instead of, to me, it would have made more sense if you had just said, hey, just postpone the game. We'll come back and do it again next year. Because as we've done it for 40 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
No, Austin, no. And think of all the Super Bowl teams, right? And there's a really cool video online, and it's like, well, imagine being a college senior and you've got a face, and there's that image of Jack Lambert with his with no teeth and his fingers wiggling at you, double neck roll, like he's and they go, yeah, imagine college players playing these guys. Is there a world, Austin Orman, and I'm going to put you in charge of it, right? That you're in charge of this event. Is there a world in which, so the Pro Bowl is no more. It's the Pro Bowl games. We've lost the ability to just play the game.
That voice you hear in the background is Eric Strickland starting the Hallelujah chorus. If
Right.
the Pro Bowl's gone.
It's gone. But why? Like, I don't know why NBA All-Star is as 3/4 less of a basketball game. Why can't you just, like, if you want to play, if you want to tell me it, make it half the game, make it for double the money so people will actually play the game. Like, the whole point is to see the best against the best.
Mm-hmm.
So why not do that? Right?
Right.
If you said we're going to play a 5-inning Major League Baseball game, and it's not only for the right to be the top seed in the World Series, whatever side of this thing wins it, but it's for $500,000. And then what I know to be true is that there is a number that makes athletes move. Whatever that number is, $250,000, $500,000, whatever the number is. And whatever that number is, you generate that money now. Like literally right now, that's still a profitable number. So why not do that? So I'm going to put you in charge of the NFL. Now, I'm not sure that you're ever going to talk the NFL into putting its Super Bowl champions in an exhibition the year after they win the Super Bowl. Is that right or wrong, Commissioner Orman?
I can see where the NFL is coming from. I have two potential solutions here.
Okay, give them to me.
Number one is college all-stars versus a team whose turn it is to play in the Hall of Fame game in Canton.
Because you're going to play an extra game.
You're going to play an extra game.
All the exposure matters. If your team's going to be in the Hall of Fame, right? If your team's going to, if you got two players going to the Hall of Fame, that's generally a part of it, right?
Right.
You know, that's a thing. So that would be fair.
The complication is it's taking place in the middle of fall camp for football teams. So it makes sense for NFL teams as they're getting their season started. I don't know if college teams would want to throw that timing off.
Well, I think some of that would be the rookies. And it doesn't, remember, it's anybody in the rookie pool that year. So most cases you haven't, now again, if you're the number one ranked quarterback and you're drafted number one, that team is going to wince a little bit, but you don't have control over that anyway, because if you draft the number one quarterback, the league wants to put you on display in the Hall of Fame game.
That's where my second idea is take the NFL Pro Bowlers. Teams that are playing the Super Bowl won't have their players represented there. But if we want a college all-star team, what better way to do that than NFL draft eligible prospects versus Pro Bowlers?
Well, college coaches, we know the selfish thinking behind that is that I don't want my number one player to play in an exhibition game before my season starts because if something happens. But that if something happens thing is such a big part of this discussion, right? But
it is the discussion.
But here's also the thing with NIL. There's some different conversations you could have because if Nabisco comes along and says we're going to pay all of these college folks $500,000 to play in this all-star game, and guess what? The University of whoever cannot stop him from accepting that deal outside of their normal activities.
That's where I think doing it based around the Pro Bowl and NFL draft cycle makes more sense because these young men have either graduated or left school.
Right.
They're choosing to have exhausted their eligibility, so they're not under NCAA or institutional purview. They're professionals.
Yep. There is a way, right? There would be a way to do this. So then we just have to be creative and think about what that thing is. All right. So what we'll do, we'll put a pin there, and we're going to give Commissioner Orman more time because again, the college side is one thing, the pro side is another, and then there's the money. And the money fixes everything. DP Austin Orman Old School.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a one-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, patchy fog possible this morning, then mainly sunny this afternoon. See a high near 51. Tonight, partly cloudy, then patchy fog developing late with a low near 32. And tomorrow, more fog in the morning, then mainly sunny in the afternoon. We'll see a high near 57. I'm meteorologist Kyle Cutler from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Golfing in 72 degrees and perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in the winter, but it is. Double Eagle Golf is your escape from the bone-chilling cold outside and a reason to keep your clubs out year-round. Book a bay with some friends for a weekend or come by for golf and happy hour on a weekday. Spring leagues begin in February. Get signed up today. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex at West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf.
Is your furnace operating like you think it should? Find out with a service check now from the pros at Bryant. No matter what make or model, Bryant will perform a thorough system check to make sure you're good to go this winter. Bryant also offers free second opinion heat exchanger checks. Before you spend thousands on a new furnace, let Bryant check it free. Anytime you need furnace service or repair, just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing, 467-1111. We do whatever it takes.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Service Ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices. Stop asking your friends if they're hosting a party this Sunday and come for the real party instead. Join 93.7 The Ticket for the big game at Wings and Rings at 68th and O this Sunday and walk away with great prizes just for showing up. Why worry about making a great spread of food for the game at your house when you can enjoy all the great wings and more at Wings and Rings? It's the big game party with 93.7 The Ticket at Wings and Rings this Sunday at 68th and O. The Omaha Supernovas are back in action this Wednesday, February 7th versus the Vegas Thrill at the CHI Health Center in Omaha. The Mullen Motors pregame show with Derek Pearson and Renee Saunders starts at 6 p.m. with first serve at 7. Make sure to tune in to the next Ag Appraisal and Realty postgame show right after the match ends. Catch all the action on your flagship station, 93.7 The Ticket, and statewide on the Supernovas Radio Network.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the defense of liberty for those accused and the pursuit of justice for those injured. Liberty Law Group's relentless trial attorneys specialize in criminal defense and personal injury law. Navigating the legal system can be stressful, overwhelming, and full of uncertainty. Liberty Law Group is here to do the heavy lifting for you. We believe in treating every client with respect and understanding. When you're in need of legal assistance, trust Liberty Law Group to fight for you. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Ready to make this season unforgettable? Celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union's low-rate debt consolidation loan. Combine all those bills into one affordable monthly payment with quick access to funds. Imagine all the extra cash for holiday shopping sprees, festive parties, or that well-deserved vacation. Stop by any of their branches or visit libertyfirstcu.com to find out more about their low-rate debt consolidation loan. Make this holiday season one to remember and celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Final segment of hour one, Old School. DPJ, Jay Foreman on the road, Austin Orman holding it down as he always does in the highest apex of talent and exposure. He's greatly appreciated for what he does. I've qualified him as commissioner to fix a thing, because if he can fix this, it allows us as fans to fix some other things in sports that fans seem to have issue with, right? That there's some of this from the text line. It says, you could also solve the participation for this, both the All-Star game and the bowl games, by requiring the game to purchase insurance for the player, real insurance, not just token insurance, which, here's the thing, both the NCAA and the NFL have insurance.
People forget.
They have insurance. Now, you could say anybody that qualifies as a potential that carries a round one ranking, okay, we can exclude you from it or whatever. Not that those think about it. I can't imagine that if there are 5 quarterbacks who are bidding to be the best quarterback, who all think they're the best quarterback, having the opportunity to measure themselves against the best defense in the NFL, or even just any NFL defense, that they wouldn't just dream of the.
If you're Williams, May, Daniels,
right,
Penix,
right,
Nix,
right, like if you say, hey, Michael Penix, you're not going to be Caleb Williams, you're not going to be right, you're not that. You could be that. But for whatever rankings, if you'd like the opportunity to move yourself up or to increase your value, or it might be, I don't know, a few years ago, if you had said, hey, Adrian Martinez, go play in this game, that's a thing, right? They're people. So what else are we missing? What else do we need to consider to make this thing right?
You did mention the money, and I don't know where that money would come from, right? Because college football won't want to pony up, but I don't know if the NFL will either necessarily, right?
I think they both would.
Maybe.
Imagine for the NCAA, for all the college programs, to be able to show that they are creating yet another path for players to get exposure and to get themselves in the paid profession.
The problem is, it strikes me as this would have to be money from the NCAA. Otherwise, you're going to the schools for money for the players they have playing in the game. Do you go to the college football playoff committee? Do you go to some governing board that comes out of this new 12-team playoff?
I'd set up a new foundation tomorrow for this thing. For this thing, that if we said you need $20 million for this one game, there are people. There are people.
Oh yeah, they're out there.
Right, there are people who will be at the door going, okay. Then you've got the negotiation. Well, what's the value system, right? 15 has to go to the NFL, 5 to the college players, whatever that is.
Could you get away with 12.5, 7.5, or would the NFL always want?
Oh, the NFL always wants to be it, but they would be the most likely to have the highest level of insurance for it and to reap the most benefit from it. Now, there's the ego, and then there's the low self-esteem that's still required, because of all of the games, the 40-plus games that happened, no pro team, no Super Bowl team ever lost. Now, another portion of this, or another consideration, is that it doesn't have to be Super Bowl champs. It literally, just for me, if you're the team with the worst record in the NFL, would you want to play this group of college all-stars? Wouldn't you kind of need to step up for the NFL and make the statement that our worst team can beat your best players? Like, shouldn't there be, right? Like,
you would think. I think, again, 2 ways to judge it. Number one is, who are these snot-nosed punks trying to challenge me?
Right.
I think that'd be some of them, but the others would be like, this is a lose-lose situation for me. Either we kick their butt and we prove that we're that much better than them and we gain, no reputation from it, or we lose to them and our reputation is tarnished by it. So I think there'd be enough people saying, let's kick the snot-nosed punks, but also enough people saying not worth the risk to me.
What if these were NFL free agents playing in the game? People trying to get back in people without a contract, people that are trying to get back in the league. I mean, look, we can see through the UFL. Now, if I'm the UFL, if I'm the Rock, I'm all over this right now.
I'd rather see UFL versus college all-stars than NFL.
I'm all like, if I'm the UFL, I'm setting up this all-star game tomorrow, right? Because we know that there are thousands, not hundreds, thousands of players who have been to training camp in the NFL, didn't make it. Folks who made the team and then got cut. Players that got injured and need to find their way back in the league or to get more tape. It seems to me that there's a way.
Let me throw this example out there to you. A guy like Ezekiel Elliott, does he play in this game?
I would. I just think there's so many opportunities. See, now we're going to get into a whole list of players that need to play in this game. Like, there's a whole other thing. Okay, so let's go to break. That's hour one of Old School. We'll come back. Again, we'll finish this, and then we'll rank the Super Bowl teams based on what AI said and what ESPN said. There's lots to talk about here. Look, I would pay to watch Allen Iverson play football again. DP, Austin Norman, we'll be right back.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through February 6th is spend $50 and get a 14-ounce ribeye for free. Plus, buy one, get one 50% off on Mercado pasta. And don't forget about lunch on Fired Up Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
We wait all pro football season for the big game. But will you come out on top? Warhorse Festival of Games is putting you at the center of the action with 2 chances to win big. Earn entries for our $100,000 prop card challenge daily at Warhorse Casino Lincoln. Enjoy slots, sports wagering, and horse racing. Then make your picks about the big game to be eligible to win. Qualifying entries will also be put in the running for your share of the $20,000 grand prize drawing. Increase your luck for the drawing by playing free online games on the Festival of Games website. Skip the trip to Vegas and get in on the big game right here at Lincoln's favorite place to play. And if that's not enough, our $1 Million Bracket Challenge for college basketball is coming soon. Full details are online at warhorsecasino.com. Warhorse Casino Lincoln, just minutes from downtown at Highway 77 and West Denton Road. Why not today? Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
ADECO Employment Service in Lincoln is saluting the men and women in uniform who are standing tall for our freedom. Let's remember them by continuing to donate blood for our returning injured military. Be a silent hero and give blood today. It could save the life of a soldier. This special reminder is courtesy of ADECO Employment Service in Lincoln. For all your employment opportunities and services, give them a call at 467-5050. That's ADECO Employment Service at 467-5050.
Ever felt judged at the gym?
You don't know how to use the leg curl machine? Are you serious? Is this your first day alive? No, it's okay. I love helping people during their first day on Earth.
At Planet Fitness, get energy without the judgment and join the judgment-free zone. Never intimidating, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Get energized today during the Big Fitness Energy Sale for $1 down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, February 16th. See Home Club for details.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most. For all your travels, and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Go hog wild, pet barbecue.
It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a one-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Hello, everybody. It's Charlie Stone, and here with me is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I hear that new Honda manufacturing continues to go up, and you have new Hondas in stock now.
That's correct, Charlie. We have more than 40 new Hondas in stock right now. It's great that a customer can come in and buy a new Honda and drive it home that day. New Honda inventory keeps getting better each month.
Okay, then. How about used cars, Andy?
We have more than 100 pre-owned vehicles to choose from right now, and a lot of fresh trade-ins are coming in daily. We have just about every maker model you can imagine in any price range.
Thanks again, Andy. People love the selection and great service at Honda of Lincoln. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and we'd like to say thank you for a record-setting 2023. So let's start off 2024 with the bang. They've got huge trade-in bonuses and finance bonusing happening right now on our new inventory at Coppell. Get up to $8,500 off select new models at Coppell. So if you're shopping for a new GM product, go to our website at coppellcars.com. You won't believe the discounts. Make that short money-saving drive down 144th Street. You'll be glad you did. Must have trade and finance with roof credit. Stock number G207684.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket. Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through February 6th is spend $50 and get a 14-ounce ribeye for free. Plus, buy one, get one 50% off on Mercado pasta. And don't forget about lunch on Fired Up Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com. where they're committed to you every step of the way.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hour number 2 of Old School on a Monday. It's Super Bowl week officially. Both teams flying into Las Vegas. Husker fans recovering from 2 just heart-thumping finishes in hoops. The women had an opportunity, battled back, resilient. Battle Black. It's funny. You had similar games, but different vibes leaving those games. They're not literally similar results, but not leaving the same way. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about rank the Super Bowl champions. We'll rank the Super Bowl champions. So we'll go from 57 to 1. And just, again, the best text, give us your top 3 Super Bowl champions. Not your favorite, but the 3 teams that you think would win the most of these matchups. So if you matched up the 20, and again, there's some, it's hard to match up Patrick Mahomes versus Johnny Unitas, but you kind of have to.
Johnny U's winning.
With Johnny U's winning. Like there's some old school folks. Look, he's not beating Johnny Unitas. He's not beating Joe Namath on that day. On that Super Bowl day, they might have beat him in the season, but for that day, how they played the game, so we'll have that conversation. Before we get into that conversation, Austin, please let them know about our buddies at the Mercado.
Certified Piedmontese, every type of meat and every type of cut. Got 2 Lincoln locations for you, 84th and Havelock, as well as 30th and Yankee Hill here in Lincoln. And Omaha peeps, don't forget, we are in Omaha. Again, flagship of the Supernovas. Our friends of the Mercado, also up in Omaha, out on 162nd, 8th and Maple.
100% true, and we are open to your swinging by there if you decide to go get a dessert and you want to drop it off here at 11th and O with a fist bump. We greatly appreciate that as well. It's great. They've got prepared meals, prepared meats. They've got prepared desserts, whatever you want. You need wine, you need pasta to go with it. They've got it for you. Yes, please. And feel free to bring us some in place. So a couple of things in this thing. And again, before we get to the Super Bowl, folks, I am on the side with Husker men's basketball that I'm all in with this basketball team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all in that things that have created problems for this program, they've either fixed, improved, or learned to work around. That going on the road to face the number 14 team in the country, who is one of the 5 best offensive rebounding teams in the country, period. Yeah, of course you're going to struggle at what they do best because they're the best in the country. But to get down, first of all, to be competitive, and then to battle, and then to be down, and then to find your way back up, and to give yourself an opportunity to win. And yeah, the officials, sorry, I'm a coach. I try not to ever put it on officials that we had an opportunity to do things that would remove the officials from the game. But there are things that officials, when they put themselves into the game and determine what the outcome will be, then you have to speak on it. You have to speak on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't balanced. It wasn't fair. You didn't call it the same with the same weight on both sides of the floor. Like, okay, if you're calling one thing for one player, you have to call it for both team players, all players on both teams. That's the rule of officiating. Be consistent so I know how you're going to call this thing. And if you're allowing it to be physical, then allow it to be physical. It's the Big Ten. It's Big Ten Conference. We know bodies bump, man. Bodies bump. That's how. Look, it's what they worked on. It's what they talked about in the locker room. It's what they talked about in practice. Be physical. Box out. Finish your effort. Contest shots. And contesting shots isn't just fake hustling and waving at it after the shot goes up. No. You know what? I'm not letting you finish whatever it is you do. So, Austin, I caught some of the post-game show, and we can be extremely judgmental and critical from the outside looking in, but the reality is in a physical game like that amongst, dare I say, 2 top 5 Big Ten teams, right? 2 top 5 Big Ten teams competing for something. Like this is a meaningful game. That physicality is a part of it. Officials were wrong in how they handled it.
Far too often they were wrong. I will give them credit for being right on the foul at the end. I think CJ tried too hard to make a play on Domask. Did a great job recovering to contest. A little too excited. But they miss a 6-step travel. They miss a 3-step travel on Hawkins. Sam Hoiberg, our own Sam Hoiberg, I think we can still claim him.
Yes, sir.
Forces what should have been a jump ball. Illinois initiates the contact.
Yeah, terrible.
He doesn't get it. Our own Jeff Grace has
Wonderful
a great
coming
trap
off the bench, right?
with Jamarcus Lawrence.
Yep.
And that ball just squirts out of his reach. My heart broke for Jeff in that moment.
Made a play. Here's my thing. As a coach, CJ did exactly what I wanted him to do. Compete. And Big Ten basketball competition requires some body.
Mm-hmm.
And there was not a shot taken by a Nebraska player yesterday outside that was inside of 22 feet that was not contested the very same way CJ can. You know what? Because that standard had been set against CJ in the 6 shots that he took prior to that. Ask K-State Tamanaga how many times he felt bodied up while he put the ball, like most of the time. Ask Rink Mask how many forearms to the spinal column he took. Ask Juwan Gary. Ask Josiah Alec how many times why he had to fade away on his putbacks because he had forearms in the ribs. So there's that. What I left with was a little different than some because there is now a clear path to beating every Big Ten team from this point forward.
There's not a matchup as tough as Illinois will be. They did a lot of things that I think physically, were challenging for not just with the physical play, but also in terms of athleticism and style. And also, DP, we have a special guest on stream.
Who we got?
Introduce yourself, guest.
Can you guys hear me? Check 1, check 2.
Check 1, DJ Jake Sorensen.
Jake Sorensen live, Radio Row. Fellas, we're in Vegas. We're here. We are here in Vegas.
Look at Jake. Look at me, Ma. Look at me, Ma.
Hey, Ma, no hands.
Top of the world, Ma. Top of the world. Listen, Jake Sorensen, first of all, well done in getting there, getting it all set up and doing all the diligence and making sure, we'll make sure all of our sponsors and favorite friends to get all this stuff done. Greatly appreciate it. Big shout out to all of our supporters who make sure this stuff happens, right? Good stuff all the way around.
Yeah, shout out to Tavern 180 Tanners, High Electric and Roofing Service Company for making our sponsorship, our broadcast possible this week out here in Vegas. But it's going to be a party. At DP, you've been here, to Super Bowl stuff plenty of times. This is my first experience, and I'm telling you, I'm in Radio Row. This is the Mandalay Bay resort casino area here in Vegas, and there's probably almost 200 radio booths here.
Yeah.
National, obviously some local ones too. I did see walking around earlier, I saw the Niners play-by-play guy. I think is it Bob Papa?
Yep.
Play-by-play guy.
Yep.
Saw him walking around. He was busy. I would have had him stop by, but he's busy. We'll get to him hopefully sometime this week.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool. It's cool seeing all the different radio stations, national, local, and it's going to be a fun week. And tonight is opening night at Allegiant Stadium, so we'll be able to get some interviews with different Chiefs players, coaches, and Niners coaches also. That's from, I think, 5 to 7 p.m. this time, so 7 to 9 p.m. Central Time. We'll get some video and post it up on social media for sure.
It's going to be a great week, and I'm excited. And, Jake, well done, bro. Go get prepared because I know Jay Foreman is landing soon, so I know you need to go and stretch your hamstrings and clean your glasses because Jay Foreman is going to take you around Vegas tonight. So, well done, kind sir.
We'll see if I can remember my name tomorrow. I'll try to be responsible.
There we go.
Won't be here tomorrow. Don't worry. I'll be right here. Radio Row.
Well done, kind sir. That's Jake Sorensen live from the Super Bowl site, like right on Media Row. Well done through that. I should have asked him about the Super Bowl ranking because
he's still there. We can bring him back in. You want?
Yeah, ask him to put the headset on.
I'm still here.
Okay, so Jake, we're going to dive into there are some folks. ESPN went through some computer folks, right? They you know how that happens with AI, and it said they had experts rank the Super Bowl champions from 57 to 1.
Okay,
from 57 to 1, and of course, relative to time and opponents, etc. Right? If I asked you who you thought was right the best Super Bowl champion, and there's a Pro Football Reference. There's a simple rating system, average margin of victory during the postseason, adjustment for the early Super Bowl champions along the way, those that played merger and post-merger, all of those things, several, all sorts of an analysis. If I asked you who were the three best, not your three favorite, but the three best, who comes to mind, Jake Sorensen? And there's no wrong answer.
I'd have to think that in the top three, you have to have the 85 Bears, right? Are they not in the top three?
Well, I'll take your opinion, then we'll give the actual number.
I'm going to say they have to be at least in mine, and I'm going to guess this list top three. The 85 Bears got to be up there. Beyond that, that's tough. I mean, there's so many great champions out there, and there's got to be a good Niners team. Any of the Cowboys teams in the 90s were very, very good. I know you hate that, DP, as a Washington
100%,
guy. I know
100%.
It's hurting you.
100%.
Say that. I would be surprised.
If I told you that the 85 Bears was number 2.
Okay.
Number 2. Who's 1 and 3, Jake?
Well,
for Jake Sorensen.
I'm curious because again, the only undefeated team ever is the Miami Dolphins from 1972. I don't know if they'd be in there in terms of the best, but they, by the record, were the best in terms of the record and who they played. So let's put them in the top 3.
Yep. I mean, to me, in my thinking, that the only team that accomplished the thing, which is be perfect. Win every game. Figure out how to win every game in your season. And a 17-game season to do that, right? Of course, the Patriots, Giants have a different discussion, right? And you got to figure out where to put that Patriots team because that's part of the discussion.
They're off the list. They didn't win.
Right. Well, but that's a really good team. Super Bowl champions. Jake Sorensen, what if I told you? You ready for this? I know you're sitting down. What if I told you the 49ers that 17-0 Dolphins team didn't make the top 5?
Well, I mean,
what if I told you they didn't make the top 10?
DP, let me ask you, how many teams have ever gone undefeated throughout the whole season?
I'm a member of that club. I'm a member of the club that says
ain't played nobody
as a coach and a player. No, but you played everybody.
You play your schedule.
You don't control who you play. Like that's a part of any discussion. You don't control. So here's the argument against the Miami Dolphins, 72 Dolphins. We'll always have arguments about how great they were. Yes, they led the league in points scored and in points allowed. So they shut down everybody, and they scored the most points against everybody. Finished with a perfect record. But, and this is where they went right. They said they played a very easy schedule in 1972. Now, I'm not sure how you have with limited teams, right? There are fewer teams than there are now. They said they won their 3 playoff games by 1 score each, which is the dumbest metric in the history of the world, that you beat the 3 best teams that you can play by 1 score. Like whoever wrote that should just smack themselves. Just smack yourselves. He said, and of course, the Super Bowl win was only a 1-score win because of Gary Yepremian. Now, without Gary Yepremian, it's a shutout. It's a 14-0 shutout against Washington. But they said they beat the Steelers. That's not a bad. And then they beat the Browns. And then Washington. So you beat number 2 offense ranked team that year. You beat the number 4 team ranked that year and the number 6 team. And they were punished because they only won 14-7 against Washington. Jake, the accumulation was they ranked the undefeated Dolphins number 23.
Ban the list.
Oh, bro.
I demand a recount.
Oh, bro.
I demand a recount, a revote. That's terrible.
Oh, that's terrible. They've got them behind the 71 Cowboys, who finished 14-3. They've got them behind the Bucks, the 15-5 Bucks. They've got the Dolphins behind. They've got them behind the 97 Dolphins. They've got them behind Kansas City, et cetera, et cetera. They've got them behind the greatest, the fastest show on turf. They've got them behind. Oh man, this is just against the 2013 Seattle Seahawks. Oh, Jake Sorensen, this is not good, bro.
It's just not right, is what it is.
Yeah,
it's inaccurate. The list is void because of that nature.
So, Austin, give me your 3. Austin's going to give us his 3. And Jake, to let you know how Austin Orman worked, he said immediately that
2006 Colts, 1970 Colts, and then everyone else is playing for third.
Yeah,
really, honestly, how this goes.
Is that right? Okay.
Too bad we can't ask Jay to rank all the Bills Super Bowl champions.
Oh,
sorry, had to get
Which
that.
was the best loser? Which one was the best that lost?
Oh
Jay
man, wide right,
Yeah.
wide right.
But yeah, I would have to throw the 85 Bears and 72 Dolphins in that. I mean, most dominant defense of all time, best of their year and all time for the 72 Dolphins. Hard to keep them out of it. My gap is that 80s and 90s football era. I wouldn't say any of the teams that have won it since I've really gained that NFL conscience really belong in the greatest team of all time conversation. Mahomes belongs in the greatest quarterback of all time conversations, but he hasn't done enough with his teams to say they're the best team of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Brady, probably the greatest quarterback of all time, but his best team didn't win it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, maybe that 2014 Patriots team would be up there, but I'm sure there's a team from the 80s or the 90s that I just have, not enough information to speak on that I'd probably throw in there.
So Jake, they've ranked the 2006 Colts championship team number, drum roll, 46.
Disrespectful.
46.
Disrespectful.
Wow.
46.
Austin, that's quite
half
low,
as good as the Dolphins. Tried twice as good.
46. And then they said, and again, I'm only repeating what I was told, that the worst Super Bowl champion in history is the 1970 Baltimore Colts.
Nope.
Dead
last.
That is such a
dead last.
Disrespectful. I can't believe this. This is an outrage.
Here's what it says. It says that the Colts had the second easiest schedule that season. Now, and the fact that they only outscored opponents by 6.2 points a game. Johnny Unitas in his final season as a starter threw more interceptions than touchdown passes. Now, you're going to blaspheme like a whole generational GOAT, but if I told you that Johnny Unitas that year threw 10 touchdowns and 18 interceptions,
I would say the Colts Iowa their way to a Super Bowl win.
Oh my goodness
That's what
gracious,
I would
which
say.
they really did with Bubba Smith and Mike Curtis. Like they really did. So there was that. I'm gonna give you the top 5 when we come back. We'll throw it. Jake Sorensen, go raise your first glass.
I would need a glass.
Yeah, your whatever it is you have in your hand. Go do that, kind sir. Thank you. We'll check in with you tomorrow.
Yep.
We will bring to you the numbers when we come back to Old School.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the defense of your liberty in pursuit of your justice for those that have been injured. My name is Matt Knight, attorney with Liberty Law Group. If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, call 877-42-LIBERTY. Our relentless trial attorneys are committed to the highest quality legal representation. At Liberty Law Group, we will fight for you. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Once again, that's 877-42-LIBERTY.
No matter what indoor or outdoor project is on your list, check it off at the Nebraska Builders Home and Garden Show, February 9th through the 11th at Sandhills Global Event Center in Lincoln. Visit with vendors experienced in handling all your dream projects. Spend time viewing displays and exhibits to see the latest in home innovations. Admission is $10 or bring a non-perishable item for the food bank and get a $2 discount. Children 12 and under are free. For more information, visit the Home and Garden Show online at hbal.org.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-2840.
Have you been accused of a crime? Is your freedom at stake? At Liberty Law Group, we are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Facing the court is stressful, overwhelming, and full of uncertainty. At Liberty Law Group, we believe in treating every person with respect, compassion, and understanding. When legal troubles are keeping you up, trust Liberty Law Group to fight your battles. To learn more, call 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Stop giving your loved one the same chocolates every year and spice it up with the chocolate season. Who wouldn't appreciate handmade chocolate-covered turtles, artisan chocolates, brownies, cheesecake, fudge, caramels, bread pudding, and chocolate-covered strawberries? Should I keep going? Make the day of love special for you and your loved one you cherish the most. Get your one-of-a-kind gift that is for sure to make that person feel ethereal at the chocolate season. Located at 3855 Village Lane, next to the Williamsburg Hy-Vee, or order online at thechocolateseason.com. Get your one-of-a-kind gift today. Delicious, decadent, scrumptious, delightful. What other words can I use to describe something so good? I can't even tell it's healthy. How about heavenly? Chef Bob created heavenly waffles with an incredible fluffy recipe packed with protein and loaded with a plethora of angelic toppings to elevate the experience beyond the typical waffle and syrup. Don't just take our word for it. Join us for Heavenly Waffles Wednesday to experience heaven for yourself.
This Wednesday, February 7th from 8 to 11 a.m. at the 93.7 The Ticket Studios on the corner of 11th and O.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a one-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through February 6th is spend $50 and get a 14-ounce ribeye for free. Plus, buy one, get one 50% off on Mercado pasta. And don't forget about lunch on Fired Up Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can.
With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Oh, we're not having any fun today. Austin and I are just this is like I said, the best thing I've heard on radio today. They Iowa'd their way to a championship.
Well, if they Iowa'd their way to a championship, they wouldn't have won it, to be fair. But
yeah, they wouldn't have. There's no chance they won it. They wouldn't have. All facts. Phil, before we get back to football, Phil on the text line says, DP, how much of a factor do you think that Underwood's early technical had on how the refs called that game? If the game's in Pinnacle Bank Arena, it has a different result. And while Nebraska hasn't exactly received preferential home treatment at home,
Northwestern,
right, it still would have impacted yesterday's result. And that should never be the case. When people talk about home court advantage, most of it has nothing to do with the court or the way the game is played in that building. It is the way the game is called, the energy of that building, and et cetera. And yeah, Underwood, Babalu says he should have been tossed. It could have been. But here's the other thing. Nebraska still had chances, still had opportunities. I was more upset over the last strip of ranked mass because you watch the hand go across the shorts and lift the shorts as it goes, and then you watch the forearm move before the hand gets to the hand. Mm-hmm. Right? Hand is part of the ball, old adage, but the forearm is not. The shorts are not. Mm-hmm. And in that situation, case and opportunity and open floor, the call should be made. And there was a list of them. Maybe again, the call from CJ. You just like, what are you doing? Like, don't call that. Like, stop it in a physical game. Okay, fine, whatever. The strip, Hoiberg called that. No, that's you give credit for that play because that's such an unnatural movement play. That is the iconic basketball play of all basketball plays for you to hustle to get yourself in position and then to strip. Now you can say, well, he stripped rather than dig, right?
He hit the ball.
And official, yeah, that's like all of it. So, yeah, but I'm also on the side that I'm proud of this team and the program for putting themselves. If we said 5 months ago that this team would, hey, what are the odds? Are you willing to make the bet that this team beats the number 1 and number 6 team in the country and is above 500 and at 16-7 at this point of the season? Would Nebraska fans be happy?
Pretty hard to turn that down.
Right? That's a successful season.
Mm-hmm. Given that you won 16 games last year and you've gotten 16 of your first 23.
Right. So Wet Blanket goes this, and this is where Wet Blanket comes in. So Nebraska had 0 fouls in the first 15 minutes of the second half versus Wisconsin. That's not preferential treatment. We're not talking about Wisconsin, are we? Are we?
I didn't think so.
Illinois. We're talking about Illinois. We're talking about that game because every game's different. The rules are different. The way the game is won or lost is different. The the physicality of what was going on in Wisconsin versus Nebraska versus Illinois, different personnel on the floor, different style of play, different players leading the charge, different players setting the preference for how the game was going to be called, and then the officials acknowledging that the physicality of the Illinois team, the size of the Illinois team, forces the officials to officiate differently, and it forces them to work differently. You have to be at different spots on the floor. They have to identify different movements. They have to recognize what's being moved, and like, come on. Like, I get no, they're not the same. They're not. So it's there that through all of this, the calls down the stretch, more than anything else, it's not even the result of the game. It's the fact that they found a way to compete at a high level when a lot of situations and circumstances that wouldn't have happened.
I said this to Strick, and if it makes me a hater, so be it. But I have to be honest, right? That's why we're in this business. I thought the game was over 3.5 minutes to go. Nebraska's down 10.
Yeah.
Things aren't going their way. I thought the game was over. That's a huge testament to that team, that group of guys, to find a way to make a run against an athletic team that forced some turnovers against it late, that put it in some tough spots. I didn't know if Nebraska had the intestinal fortitude to make that run. They did.
Well, they showed that fortitude against Wisconsin. They showed it against Northwestern. They showed it against they showed it where they could have given up or gotten blown out. And previous editions and versions of this program would have gotten blown out, run out of the building. People would have left and not talked about it at all. Mm-hmm. People would have changed the channel. People would have emptied PBA. They didn't do that. And on a night when your best offensive player, and let's be clear, Keisei Tamanaga is the best offensive player. Even if he has 2 bad games, he's still the best offensive player. That on nights where he wasn't productive, you still competed. You found a way to put 80 points on the board, even in overtime, 70 points, right? You found a way. Like, other people stepped up and did their thing, that while Rink Mass struggles, you still managed to stay in the game, to stay connected. That Juwan Gary figures out, okay, here's what this team needs from me. Bryce Williams being a Swiss Army knife and saying, I will do whatever this team needs for me to do once I figure out what that is. And people complain that, well, there's, he's had some lapses defensively. Yeah, but then you figure out he has finished every game better than he started every game, especially in the last 10, right? He's finished better than he started, which means that he accepted what was going on, he adapted, he adjusted, and then he figured out what worked and what didn't, which is the sign of a really positive basketball player. So with him and Juwan Gary doing that, Rink Mass, who has been better offensively in the second half than he has been in the first as he figures out what it is. Keisei finding a way through. CJ being a team player and figuring out how to come off the bench. And you know what? I'll do what is required. Sometimes that's rebounding. Sometimes that's defending. Sam Hoiberg saying, I'll do whatever. Hey, whatever needs. You need me on the floor? You need me to rug burns, knee burns? I got you. Elbow burns? I got you. Need me to take an elbow to the chin defending somebody? Okay, I got you. Jamarcus Lawrence just saying, listen, I'm out of position and I'm underskilled for what's required, but I will go to battle for you and do what I can do. Josiah Alex saying, listen, there are nights when you need for me to shoot the ball. Not really his thing, but he'll do it. And the fact that Fred Hoiberg has gotten this roster to play that way for each other together is the sign that, okay, progress is being made, change of elevation, location. We're talking about this team differently because they play and the results are different. That's where I stand with that. And on the women's side, listen, they've got to find answers now. Now, you cannot take what I would hope is anger and venom and regret take over the women's program for a day so that they lock and load and get on a roll here.
In the toughest stretch of their season.
Well,
this is season defining right here.
Don't tell me you deserve to be in the tournament. Don't tell me you want to be in the tournament. Show me. Show me. Get it. Simple. Get on a heater and win some games that there's some question about you winning. That answers the question. Otherwise, Denny Green comes to the table and says they are who we thought they were. But they have the opportunity to get hot at a right time. So that's where that is and kind of how it flows. I want to give a shout out to Mark Manning and the wrestling team for a dominant performance against Illinois. Nash Hutmaker closing the show with an impressive performance. Silas Allred locking the thing up. Antrell Taylor winning a big match down in extra time. Sudden death. It was just really cool to watch Mark Manning kind of maneuver through. They won 7 of the 3 matches and how they won them, and then getting big pins in the middle of it. And then, of course, men's track being listed now in the top 10 in the country. Again, folks, in case you're missing it, there's some really cool things happening in Nebraska athletics. It's not just about football. It's not just about basketball. Softball starts this week. They play 2 top 10 teams as they open the gate. Men's baseball is 11 days away, something along those lines. And they feel like they put together a pretty good roster and have a chance to do some things. Women's gymnastics on a roll, got a big meet coming up against Michigan. Heather Brink has them performing well. There's some great things happening in Nebraska athletics. We try to get through as much of it and go up and down the list, but they're doing well. Women's tennis doing well. So again, shout out to the athletic department and Husker Sports, because they're doing some exceptional things. Again, the basketball team on the rise. I think that's a fair statement that they are on the rise. So back to the Super Bowl champions list. And again, to say that that number 57 of all the Super Bowl champions they have listed, this Johnny Unitas led team. If you're ranking the team or the result of the team, which is still a thing, because to rank the Jets, the Joe Namath Jets, so much more higher than this Colts team is a weird kind of thing. But okay, fine. And
not fine, but fine.
Right. Okay, it's your opinion. We're just going to address the opinion. And I'll say that the Jets team that season wasn't that good, but on that day, they were remarkable. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're just going to run you out and we're going to grind you out and we're going to do our thing. So at 56, they had the Giants, the 2011 Giants, of course, who, they pulled an upset and they did their thing. They had the 2001 Patriots at 55. And then, listen, to tell me that the 1987 Washington team with Doug Williams wasn't impressive. Yeah, they played during the strike, but stop it. That team offensively, the greatest offensive quarter in football, NFL history, especially in a big game. Mm-hmm. And that was against John Elway and the Broncos. Did you forget? That was a good Denver team. And if that Denver team had won the Super Bowl, they certainly wouldn't be ranked number 54. They wouldn't have been. But okay, do you think? They also list, it's stunning to me. They put the 1981 49ers that beat Cincinnati, dominated Cincinnati in the Super Bowl. They put them at 52. 52. I hate to tell you, folks, there are not 50 football teams better than that 81 49ers team. There just isn't. So I'm going to speed through the top 3. And just to let you know, I will take, again, the fact that the 17-0 Dolphins were 23. Just, again, whoever made the list, punch yourself. At number 5, they put the 92 Cowboys that destroyed Buffalo 52-17 in the Super Bowl. Triplets be damned, they did their thing. They listed the 96 Packers. That group. The Desmond Howard return that had to turn the season around. I'm not sure I agree with that. Sorry, Amon. Not sure I do. At number 3, the 1989 49ers. The 1989 49ers. Again, not to say nothing, but, they beat up on the Broncos in that Super Bowl, 55-10. That's a pretty impressive thing. Number 2 and number 1, I will give to you when we come back and finish out Old School.
The Omaha Supernovas are back in action this Wednesday, February 7th versus the Vegas Thrill at the CHI Health Center in Omaha. The Mullen Motors pregame show with Derek Pearson and Renee Saunders starts at 6 p.m. with first serve at 7. Make sure to tune in to the next Ag Appraisal and Realty postgame show right after the match ends. Catch all the action on your flagship station, 93.7 The Ticket, and statewide on the Supernovas Radio Network. Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through February 6th is spend $50 and get a 14-ounce ribeye for free. Plus, buy one, get one 50% off on Mercado pasta. And don't forget about lunch on Fired Up Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: patchy fog possible this morning, then mainly sunny this afternoon. We'll see a high near 51. Tonight, partly cloudy, then patchy fog developing late with a low near 32. And tomorrow, more fog in the morning, then mainly sunny in the afternoon. We'll see a high near 57. I'm meteorologist Kyle Cutton from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you in the market for a new garage door or need to repair your old one? It's wintertime, and that means snow, wind, and freezing temperatures, all things that can cause sticky locks and damage to your garage door. If you're experiencing any issues with your commercial or residential garage door during the winter months, call Cameron Hall and his team at Doors Plus. Don't be trapped outside in the cold because of a poorly maintained garage door. Call Doors Plus today at 402-590-5800 or visit them online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the defense of liberty for those accused and the pursuit of justice for those injured. Liberty Law Group's relentless trial attorneys specialize in criminal defense and personal injury law. Navigating the legal system can be stressful, overwhelming, and full of uncertainty. Liberty Law Group is here to do the heavy lifting for you. We believe in treating every client with respect and understanding. When you're in need of legal assistance, trust Liberty Law Group to fight for you. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Gentlemen, Valentine's Day is just around the corner. Don't be that guy running to the store for flowers and a card on your way home. Hey, Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. We have great Valentine's gifts in store now. And if you spend $99, we'll throw in a free bouquet of a dozen roses. Give her what she really wants this year and let us do the rest. Sartor Heyman Jewelers, your hometown jeweler since 1905 in Lincoln and Grand Island. Online at sartorheyman.com.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Acres is bringing you the nation's largest indoor display of John Deere equipment and technology. Acres 2024 Ag and Turf Expo showcases everything from tillage and planting to application and harvest. We'll also offer the latest industry insights from ag professionals across the state. Join us at the Sandhills Global Event Center March 6th and 7th or Fauner Park March 21st and 22nd. Go to acres.com/expo24 for a complete schedule of speakers and activities.
Junior Achievement at Lincoln inspires and prepares today's young dreamers to be tomorrow's goal breakers, leaders, and things we haven't even imagined yet. Help more kids while having a great time at the JA Bowl-a-thon. Sign your team up and raise money to ensure the educational programs focused on financial literacy, career readiness, and entrepreneurship are always free to thousands of students. The JA Bowl-a-thon is February 16th and 17th at Parkway Lanes and Hollywood Bowl. Register at lincoln.ja.org.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Think you need a new furnace due to a cracked heat exchanger? Call Bryant for a free second opinion. Might save you thousands, no matter what brand. Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. We do whatever it takes.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Final segment before we hand it over to Ticket Weeknights. Harrison Arns and the gang will take you through the next several hours, leading all the way and finishing up from 11 to midnight. If you haven't paid attention, you have late night. I mean, Chancellor Brewington's so good. And he's on every weeknight. Chancellor Brewington is so good. That show, look, all of our nighttime shows are just so good. And the Daily Nebraskan finishes the day from 11 to midnight. They give you a recap of the day. They'll broach the top story of the day, what's going on in Nebraska and for Nebraska athletics, and it could be anything in the state. But yeah, if you're one of those late night folks, we got you covered. We got you covered. We go late. So we're going through the Super Bowl list and Super Bowl champions, right? And that at number 3, number 4 was the 96 Packers. So number 5 was the 92 Cowboys. Teams that did not make this list, the 73 Dolphins, which they ranked higher than the 72 Dolphins. So technically they were better. Apparently they said they were better, even though they got beat.
Tougher schedule, Yeah. Won their playoff games by more DP.
Yeah.
The real important stuff.
All that. 2004 Patriots were at number 7. 1975 Steelers. Now, I'm just going to tell you, none of these teams are better than most of those Steeler teams. They just weren't. Sorry, hate to tell you. Ask those really good Cowboy teams how good those late 70s Steeler teams were. My goodness gracious. But that's not what they said. That's not what the list said. Not what the list said. So number 5, 92 Cowboys. Number 4, the 96 Packers. Number 3, the 89 49ers, which there's lots of Nebraska love for that, right? So all that's in play. Number 2, the 1985 Chicago Bears. Bears are great on defense throughout the 80s, but the 85 team stands out because the Bears could do everything else. They combined one of the greatest defenses in NFL history with the number 5 offense and number 5 special teams. Also playing a factor in it. Number 5 offense, mainly Walter Payton.
Mm-hmm.
Entirely Walter Payton.
Pretty good guy to lean on, though.
Add the fridge. And then that's kind of what Wooly Galt. Okay. They easily beat the other top teams. They finished the regular season. They started with a win over 49ers and beat in a year where the Jets were really good. The Jets were the number 3 ranked team in the NFL that year. That's a statement that you can't say much or often. Playoffs came. The Bears allowed 10 points in all of the playoffs. Woo. 10 points in 3 games combined. They beat the Giants 21-0, then beat the Rams 24-0. And then in the Super Bowl, they blew out the Patriots 46-10.
So they allowed points in one playoff game.
One playoff game. So that's where they are. Who's left? Austin Orman,
I peeked ahead so I know the answer. And I'm going to leave this to you, DP. Are you back out of the portal?
No.
Reminiscing?
No,
Memory
I'm
lane?
reminiscing, but I just want to let you know that the experts, this is not a DP thing. The experts said that the best Super Bowl champion, the greatest Super Bowl champion, is in fact the 1991 Washington Redskins. And this is why it says. And remember, it allowed a field goal to the Dallas Cowboys after an 11-0 start. Sat at starters. That's the only reason they lost the Cowboys that year. Starters didn't play. 91 season, Washington was second in offense behind San Francisco, third on defense behind Philadelphia and New Orleans, and first on special teams. But what's impressive is where Washington ranks out of 1,300 teams, going all the way back to 1981. It's the only team to rank in the top 50 for all three phases: offense, defense, special teams. And that's of all teams throughout this time. Mm-hmm. It won its regular season games with scores like 45-0, 34-0, 23-0 over Philly and Detroit. Beat the Falcons 56-17 and the Rams 27-6. And that was before the playoffs. And then in the playoffs, they thumped the Falcons 24-7. They pummeled the Detroit Lions 41-10. They had a 37-10 lead over that Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed, Buffalo Bills team. And then they played some folks and they scored late. But this says the greatest Super Bowl champion in NFL history was the 1991 Washington Redskins. I am going to leave on that note.
The experts validated themselves. DP, they came through.
It's a comeback.
They redeemed themselves.
Don't call it a comeback. Pretty interesting stuff. Again, fall where you were, feel how you feel. Austin and I will do it again for you tomorrow, and we'll have some call-ins from Jay Foreman, Jake Sorensen. I'm on green tomorrow as well. Ticket weeknights coming up. Harrison Arns will get you through. DeMornay Pearsonell, Chancellor Brewington, Daly Nebraskan. It's a full night. Don't go anywhere. Enjoy yourselves. And most importantly, take care of yourselves while taking care of somebody else.